Hi guys, Mrs. Delmonico here, working on our next project. We're gonna make paper pulp sculptures. So the first step of our paper pulp sculpture is to get some newspaper, and what I've been doing is cutting it into strips. And then I am chopping it up into little tiny, say hi Leo.
Hi.
Leo's been my big helper. We've been chopping it up into tiny little pieces. And Leo's gonna demonstrate just how tiny they are. They're tiny enough to fly through the air. Ready, Leo? 1, 2, 3, do it. Whoa! We're having a lot of fun here doing this. I'm gonna keep cutting and then I'll come right back. Next, for your paper pulp, for paper pulp clay, you're gonna add some hot water to that shredded bowl of newspaper. So step 1, we're cutting up newspaper into little tiny pieces. Step 2, we're adding boiling water. So here we go. Okay. And we're gonna let that sit overnight. It needs to sit overnight. And then we're gonna take a look at it in the morning. Okay, I waited overnight and my newspaper kind of looks something like this. It's kind of like gelatinous, a little bit really kind of wet. So what we're gonna do next, what I want you to do to make your paper clay, is you're gonna take this stuff, all this wet newspaper from the night before, get a strainer. Actually, no, you don't need a strainer. If you don't have one, it's okay. Get another bowl, and you are gonna squeeze out all the liquid that's in this, and then you're gonna stick it in the bowl here. So I'll take some, just to show you, some here. Just kind of use your hands and try and squeeze out the liquid as much as you can. So it kind of looks like pulp a little bit. You can see it's kind of like, you can kind of mold it almost. We're getting there, right? So here you want to put it in the bowl here, or actually you can even put it in back in the sink if you don't want to waste another bowl. I kind of like this bowl. I stole it from my mother's house. You'll see when you're older, you'll take things from your parents' house too, and then they won't have any idea where it went. And then they'll start yelling at you and saying, I need that bowl because I made a pot of soup and I gotta put it somewhere. And you'll say, oh, I don't know where it went. And no, you have it somewhere. So here again, squeeze it again, get all that water out, put it aside, and then I'll be right back. I'm back. So when you drain the water, you get this kind of like, just like a paper ball almost, right? This is where maybe your parents can help you, because I had to have Mr. Delmonico help me a little bit with this. For 3 parts of this, you're gonna add 1 part flour. So 1 part flour to 3 parts pulp. That's a third, 1/3. So I'm gonna imagine that I'm cutting this into thirds, and I'm gonna imagine what that looks like with flour and add it to the bowl. Don't use too much flour, because not that it's gonna ruin what we're doing, but if you notice lately, flour isn't that available. So we wanna use just what you need, not too much. So I have my little sous chef Leo over here. I can't really move the camera, so wave hi. Hi. So Leo's gonna help me. So Lee, we're gonna take a scoop. You can move you guys closer, a little bit closer. Let's see.
I will mix the garbage out of.
And mix the garbage. This looks like garbage to you?
No. I'll mix the flour and do your flour.
All right, we use a little bit. So this is about a 1/4 cup. I'm gonna put like not even a 1/4 cup in and see what that does. Okay, I think that should be enough.
And we gotta mix it.
We're gonna mix it, but they also call for salt in this. So I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of salt in. I don't know why, but maybe it does something with the paper pulp. So go ahead, you can use, they ask for a hand mixer. I found this thing. It's for the blender, so I'm gonna have Leo kind of mash it up. All right, Lee, mash it up. Yeah, see how that does. You're doing a good job there. Keep mashing. I'll be back. Hut. That's good. That's good. Let's get the salt. Did I put it over here? No, it's over here.
Now we are done.
No, it's over here.
No.
You gotta keep going. Where's the salt?
I'm done.
My sister moved things around in my house a few months ago, so I still don't know where things are.
I
Alright, the salt. How do you use a good old salt shaker?
use it.
A little salt shaker. How about this? Put a little salt in there. Okay.
And mix it around.
Alright, we're going to keep mixing this and then be right back. Okay, so we mixed it around a little bit. And how do you know when it's done? Well, you know when it's done when you can kind of take it and then you can actually mold it into something. So let's see if I can mold it into something. A little ball. And how about we mold it into a heart, maybe? A little heart here, one side here. Mold it into a heart until it's that's not the best heart. Let's try a little bit more. Maybe you have to do a little bit more, but you get the idea. Then you let it dry and then you can paint over it. So I'm gonna make a little something with this and then we'll see when it's done.
We have to go.
It's been a few days since we left our paper sculptures to dry. What I did with the bowl is I put a piece of plastic wrap inside this cup here. So it's like a cup, like a measuring cup. The plastic wrap kept the paper from sticking to inside of this. So it was easy to take out. So here's my bowl. It came out really nicely. It's still not dry all the way. And I could tell it's not dry because it's still kind of cold and it looks damp still. It still looks kind of gray. When your bowl or your sculpture feels really light, it's kind of white looking, it's not so much gray, and it's not cold, then you know that it's nice and dry and you can go ahead and paint it. So for the sculpture, it dried a lot quicker. I'd say it took probably like 3 to 4 days for it to dry. Sometimes it takes a week, so you might be working on this project longer than you thought, but at least you can take a picture of what you're working on so far. And if it does dry out, take a picture of what you've done. So right here, I'm going to show you my sculpture. I made a little bear, and I think I'm going to have him holding a little pot of honey, but you can see you could paint right over it. I use acrylic paints just because they last longer and they'll stay longer on top of whatever you're painting. It won't wash away so much, but tempera paint works great. And even if you don't have those things, you could try using marker and see if that works, but really lightly, because I'm not really sure just how sturdy these things are. But give it a shot and see how you like it. But this came out really cute. Again, here's the bear and the bowl. And like I said in my little Instagram video, I am going to take this, maybe not paint it with acrylic paint because I want it to break down into the dirt. Maybe I'll try using marker with it and see what happens. And then I'll put my little seed in there and some dirt and let it grow and see if I grow a spaghetti squash plant. All right, that's it for this week. Any questions or comments, let me know and I'll get back to you, I don't know, as soon as I can. Thanks. Bye, guys.
Stay safe, everyone. Goodbye.